Ladies and gents, please welcome to a very unique episode of the Motor Stardom Show here on Tuesday night, where we are going to be talking all about the greatest day in motorsports that just took place on Sunday. We're also going to be hosting a pre-race show for the Venom Truck Series on iRacing in partnership with them. We've done many things with them and their broadcasting company in the past year with Motor Stardom, different charities, et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to be a fun night. We're going to see how it goes. Never done anything like this, but excited to be here on YouTube, on the IG, and we're going to present some great content to you. So without further ado, I will bring in Mason Maggi over here. I know Stephen Mozzie's finishing, getting ready. Or it looks like he's ready. There you go.
There he is.
We're dressed for the occasion because we're doing something interesting tonight. We're kind of hosting a pre-race show, and we got to dress a little more formal here. As you can see, I got this cowboy hat in Texas, and I just haven't been able to take it off. I feel it. I feel it in my veins, like everybody does when they take a Densey energy pouch. And we will shout out them as always for being a proud sponsor of the show. Shout out Densey on the polo of Mason Maggio. Here's a picture of us of what we could look like tonight. There's Stephen Malozzi's Densey pouch. I almost called him Stephen Maggio, who actually is a racer on iRacing, who people dislike apparently.
Nah, look, I was Stephen Maggio. Can't even lie. I mean, oh God!
It's funny the amount of people that have texted me and have been like, "Yo, saw you were a part of that iRacing event. Super cool to have you a part of that." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And that makes sense. It's the Stephen Maggio set. That checks out.
I wonder if they think it's me and you like taking turns and at like halfway switching drivers. First half is Stephen, last half is Maggio.
I guess. So I don't know. Lots of confusion in the air, especially in the iRacing world. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. It's weird. We have like a schedule of events to do tonight on the show. Usually we just freeball it, but I guess we have to do a job here tonight. But we have the first 15 minutes of this show to talk about what an amazing day it was on Sunday. They label it the greatest day in motorsports. I had a good time. I was on the radio about an hour before this, and I labeled the F1 race as kind of like the previews before a movie. Like you see them, you're kind of watching them, but you're also at the same time you're eating your popcorn, or in my case I'm eating my breakfast while it goes on in the background, and we're preparing for the actual movie, which is the Indy 500 and the Coke 600, which is what we will actually talk about. So boys, how did you guys spend Sunday? Did you spend it anywhere special? Did you get to watch all the racing? Did you enjoy the racing? Let's talk about it.
I spent it driving back from North Carolina. I woke up on a couch in Greensboro and drove all the way from Greensboro to Philadelphia. And then literally when I got back, it's Coke 600 time. I streamed some of the Indy 500 on my phone, and I could not have given less of a shit about Monaco. Excuse me for all our new PG viewers. I forgot this is a pre-race show. Got to keep it professional. That's why I'm in the polo. No more bad words today. So I did not care for Monaco. I never do, and I won't until they make the car smaller or alter the track, or just honestly, at some point you have to stop just going to a track because you think it's cool to go to the track, right? NASCAR kept going to Chicago for 25 years, and there was never a pass in Chicago. I wouldn't be like, yeah, we should keep going to Chicago because we've always done that and it's cool. Now, F1 has a business purpose. Monaco is super wealthy, super rich. A lot of cool, wealthy investors like to go there. It's a great event for that crowd. But other than that, like, what is the point of going to Monaco outside of continuously going to Monaco? The racing is just miserable. So my thought is bring a smaller car, even if it's just for Monaco. Make them develop just a smaller version of the race car for one race. Or everybody liked the smaller cars anyway. It was better passing when you had smaller race cars. Go back. Indy 500. Really cool stuff. Enjoyed it. Good race, solid race, chaotic race. Got a feel for Scotty M. I don't know if Kyle Larson money shifted down for some reason in turn 2 or turn 4 wherever he crashed. That was an interesting watch. And then, of course, unexpectedly, the guy who's won 4 out of the 5 races prior wins his 5th out of 6. to continue that F1 season. Some crazy disqualifications that would have made the IndyCar race a disaster if the guy in second had won, Mr. Erickson. Also, I'm a big Kyle Kirkwood fan, so that's disappointing. I grew up around Kyle Kirkwood. He was one of my go-kart idols. So his DQ. Last but not least, last race of the day, Coke 600.
Yeah.
Electric stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was a good race. And like people could say, oh, you still couldn't pass. But the truth was you could pass. It was just tough to do, but you could pass. And it made the side-by-side racing really good. Denny Hamlin and William Byron switched the lead 13 times alone, I think. We had some good racing out front before that. We had a 3-wide pass by Byron at the very beginning of the race to take P1.
Yep.
In all, good racing. There was strategy involved that made it interesting. You watched comers and goers. Guys like Chase Elliott stayed out late and ended up finding themselves inside the top 5 or 6. Same thing with Brad Kay. Some guys like Austin Dillon pitted early and dropped like a rock. There was some really interesting strategy at play. There was some really good racing at play. And honestly, I think this probably was a 70 to 75% yes poll in the Jeff Gluck poll for whether or not this was a good race. But do you know what brought it up to a 90?
The broadcast.
Coverage. And of course, we're going to talk about it. That was phenomenal. I watched 70 laps of green flag racing at the end, legitimately, straight through to the end. No commercials, not one. And that was magnificent. The post-race coverage was magnificent. The pre-race coverage was, say it with me, magnificent. Yes, all around. There were some kinks to work out. You could tell Dale Jr. was knocking some of the rust off. But guess what? Even when those guys were knocking some of the rust off, which I think Adam Alexander's been doing the CW all year, no real rust for him.
Yeah.
But for Junior and Letard, the analysis was rough. Sometimes they were rough. Sometimes they were misnaming drivers. Sometimes they were doing this, that, or the other. You know what was beautiful, though? No matter what they did, they were enthusiastic about it. They loved it. They were passionate about the racing. You could hear the excitement in their voices, and it was beautiful to see some passion about the sport that we all love and support. Loved every minute of it. Excited to see, because you got to realize something. This is their first time doing this. This is a brand new team of people. Yeah. And they did such a good job putting it together. It's almost like people were listening to what has been said on Twitter all along about what we think. Maybe they even watched the Motor Stardom show. I don't know. Maybe they've been watching what we have to say about the production. That's what I have to say about my 3. Who's next? Who wants to jump in? Who wants their time? Because I'm done.
Yeah. It's Mason Maggio's turn.
I'm going to be real. I watched the highlight reel of Monaco, which there wasn't much of a highlight reel, in all honesty, because I'm going to be real. I spent a lot of time at Charlotte on Saturday night. I did not get home till 4 o'clock in the morning, but it was a great time. But no, man, honestly, all the racing was great for the most part this weekend. You know, the triple header was amazing. The Indy 500 was awesome to watch. I certainly enjoyed it on Memorial Day, and watching it with my friends. It was a great race. Always exciting to watch. You can't go wrong with the Indy 500. I mean, it's just a spectacle that always just seems to deliver. And once again, it has done just that. Now, getting to the topic that we have talked about for almost a month now, and that's the product of the Cup car. That was a great race. I enjoyed it. The broadcast definitely helped. Like Steven said, the enthusiasm was there. The passion was there from everybody that had a role in there. So that was exciting to see, especially from a brand new platform like Prime. And honestly, I was all for it. And I loved the laid back style of it. And there was enthusiasm to it. And it's like, that's what we want. We want to be able to relate to it, but also learn from the broadcast. And they did just that. I loved it that they knocked back a couple of red solo cups in the post race. Like, that's something as a fan that you can relate to and be like, you know what? Hell yeah, we're about that. That's a real moment right there. Is just, you know, a group of people that are passionate about what they do, coming together and celebrating a successful first time commentating and production of a race. I absolutely loved it. The product, I felt like, was great. Passing was hard. but at the same time, people were making passes. They were making it happen. It didn't matter what it took, and we saw it towards the end of the race with, Denny Hamlin and Byron, as well as Chastain there at the end once he finally got his track position. So I thought it was a great race for the Coke 600. I know a lot of people were telling me, oh, I'm going to be taking multiple naps in between stages, but in my opinion, that was not me. I watched all of it and loved every minute of it. It was fantastic to watch. 2 out of the 3 races, realistically, both of the 2 out of the 3 that are actually peak versus what is considered the top of motorsport was bleh, but everything else that I actually wanted to pay attention to delivered. So kudos to Prime for the Cup coverage. Xfinity race was great as well. Shout out to the Xfinity series. I loved every minute of it. But yeah, I loved what I saw. So a lot of thumbs up on my end and a lot to be excited about, and looking forward to seeing what the rest of the year holds. Hopefully we'll have another good product here at Nashville on the NASCAR side of things, which should be good. And then, yeah, hopefully we can continue to kind of build on what we established tonight, at least on the Cup side, and put it moving forward.
Where did you watch the end of that Xfinity race, Mason?
I watched it with you, man. What are you talking
about? Man. Oh, was it just me? I don't remember.
It was
we'll save that for the end of the show like we usually do, I'm sure.
Yeah, we fast forward real quick.
No, we're good. We're good. Mason,
yeah, I mean,
just watching some racing on the hood of a bright orange Dodge.
You guys were. I'm sure you guys were having a good time. Checkered Flag Dan was as well. Checkered Flag Dan, loyal viewer of the Motor Stardom show on the Instagram side, was at Charlotte. So shout out Checkered Flag Dan for being there. Hope you had a fantastic time. Yeah, Monaco GP was pretty trash, but didn't expect anything different. So it's not like I was disappointed when I can expect nothing exciting. Indy 500, I thought wasn't about like Fox went all out with it, right? More than they've done for a NASCAR broadcast in the last 10 years, but that's besides the point. And I didn't think it was a horrible broadcast. A lot of the IndyCar fans were hating on it, obviously, because they're used to IndyCar and NBC all year. I was judging it by Fox standards, and I thought they did an okay job. Their booth is also very nice. Obviously, when you bring Hinch and Townsend Bell over there, you're still going to have some great coverage. But yeah, Coke 600, Amazon Prime absolutely nailed it. They nailed the weekend, right? You can only do so much nowadays with no practice and qualifying, right? They get about an hour and a half window to show everybody what they're made of for practice and qualifying, and quite frankly, nobody really even cares. So they don't watch it. The true test is the race. They nailed the pre-race coverage. I mean, the stage, the fans behind there cheering, you feel the atmosphere, which is somehow no broadcast partner has picked this up over the last million years since we got rid of race day. It's absolutely fantastic. We roll into the race where it is just insane, because I think if this race was on Fox, it would still be considered a decent race, but we wouldn't be bloating it up as much as we are right now. It's an incredible what a broadcast partner can do for the people at home watching a race, getting people invested. It's absolutely incredible. So it's, gosh.
I don't even want to read it. I'm gonna be
real. So anyway, but
yes, that is so much funnier than anyone realizes it is. But that is just so. That might be the best comment in the history of the show. It'll never get the credit.
That was a great one. We're definitely screenshotting that one.
I purposely did not read it because I shout out Seamus. He's one of my buddies from middle school, and something tells me he put something out of pocket. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Was Stephen Malazzi living a lot of women's dreams, spending a Saturday night with Mason Maggio? I mean, let me tell you something. I know, God, it's every week on this show we talk about Mason Maggio and the women. God,
I don't know where this is coming from, but anyways, hey, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, back to racing.
Yes.
So the only thing I will say is that was kind of frustrating to see is the quality of advertising and stuff that Fox put out for the Indy 500 clearly paid dividends, right? Because I don't know if anybody saw this. They viewership peaked at 7.1 million, which means for the first time in history, the Indy 500 garnered more views than the Daytona 500. I think outside of maybe 2020 with that whole rain delay on a Monday that we ran the 500 on Monday at noon or whenever we did it, which is like historic, goes to show you that if we got something other than 15-second spots of a Daytona 500 logo that does nothing to indicate the quality of the racing at Daytona, then maybe we'd actually have more fans tuning into Daytona. And if we had that level of production put into the 500, maybe we'd have a lot more viewership for the 500. I'm interested to see what the prime numbers are, but that's my only other thing to talk about on that front. And I think your timeline had us moving on at 7:15. So let's
7:20. We got 4 minutes here. And what I will add on to my last point about Prime, right? Amazing race, amazing finish. Leading up to, I'm so glad we got a green flag run to the end. Like if we got a caution in those last 10 laps, I was going to throw something. I'm so glad we had let it naturally play out. It was amazing, refreshing to see something like that. But you know what this really screams to me, especially, right? Xfinity's had an amazing broadcast this year. They've had some great races. They've had some down races, but they've had an amazing presentation. I thought Charlotte was great. Cup Series now, finally, at least for the stretch of 10 races. NBC is also great. So we're going to be good for the rest of the year. But boy, the Truck Series has had a fantastic season this year. Racing-wise, another great race at Charlotte. And the broadcasting is just abysmal. And it hurts me. That's what hurts me, certainly, watching how amazing Prime was and how we just shifted an entire fan base. I mean, everybody was absolutely shitting on the Cup Series. The racing product, the broadcast played into that. It didn't make it any better. And all of a sudden we go to Charlotte, maybe not the best race of the year product-wise, but like the feedback has been the best of the year. Like we just turned around the entire fan base to where everyone is hyped for Nashville next week. Like everyone excited. I'm hyped for Nashville. I mean, look at me. I'm excited for Nashville next week. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere. Prime's going to kill it again, but it does make me hurt for the Truck Series where, man, I wish we just had a good partner. Friday night, Truck Night in America. Bring it back. Bring back the prestige. But that's all I got to say on that.
If you beat the hell out of a fan base for long enough, they'll be happy with anything. We would have been happy with anything that wasn't Fox, but that was really good coverage. I mean, I don't remember. That was better than Morst. That was better than most sports broadcasts in terms of commercials. Like not just NASCAR. In general, for a broadcast that length, there were not a lot of commercials. We were watching a lot of racing, and they stuck to their promise. Every commercial was side by side. I think it helps a lot. And this is obviously something that I think Prime can do more than network channels. Helps a lot to have control over everything being Amazon, right? And I think I tweeted about this. Amazon is more than happy to eat a marketing cost for the last 70 laps and call it commercial-free racing presented by Prime and just do that. Because let me tell you something. I think every single person who watched that broadcast who was a NASCAR fan noticed that it was commercial-free and noticed who presented it. So I'll be honest. As a fan, I already do pay for Prime. If I didn't pay for Prime, if I had to pay another extra $15 for Prime every month for the entire year to watch NASCAR, to have it covered by Prime, I would do that. It's that simple. If that is the coverage I'm going to get, you can charge me and take my freaking money if you want to put on that type of production quality. More than happy to pay it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that statement. And without further ado, we're going to head to a quick commercial break here, house-made commercial presented by Dempsey, and we will be back on the other side to present to you the pre-race for the Venom Truck Series. Exciting stuff. Tighten those buttons on your button downs, everybody, because we'll be back. Exciting stuff. Slit that you put the hot dog into. It's not like you're putting a second day. Because for me, I can't eat a hot dog like that. It's gonna fall apart. The hot dog, I'm holding like this. It's a slit in the bread. You're sliding it. And so that is a hot dog. A sandwich is too. Anyways, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. You sound
Don't be like that guy slurring his words. Be like Mason Maggio, who uses Dempsey energy every day. The Dempsey brand is all about the Viking spirit, perfectly positioned to fuel your fire and cool you down. So make sure you find which Dempsey flavor is right for you. We got Tropical Fury, Southern Boost, Chaos Cola, and Berry Beast, all the above. You'll figure it out. Shop Dempsey today. Shout out Dempsey for that amazing commercial break. We'll bring the boys back in here. And welcome to pre-race coverage for the Venom Truck Series. Bless you, Stephen Blasi. We are excited to bring it to you here. The Venom Truck Series heads to the Watkins Glen Raceway tonight. I don't think any of you have competed on the Watkins Glen racetrack, have you?
Nope.
I've even been to Watkins Glen.
I would like to go to Watkins Glen. The closest I've ever gotten to going to Watkins Glen was a spotting gig, and that didn't happen.
Well, hopefully it happens for you soon, my friend. But we will certainly take at least a look at the track map here. I'm sure either one of you have either raced Watkins Glen on iRacing or NASCAR Heat or NASCAR Thunder or something. What can you guys explain and attest to of this racetrack? Obviously, and when I look at Watkins Glen, I think of, we have all these road courses on the schedule now, but this is like the NASCAR road course, the classic road course. Watkins Glen and Sonoma are the NASCAR road courses. What's your guys' favorite thing about this racetrack?
I would say the bus stop for sure. I mean, it's iconic in its own way. It's super challenging for every driver. Going into the bus stop, managing the braking zones, and just trying to get there smoothly. I mean, you're going through there so fast, trying to get through the gears, making sure that you don't lock up the brakes. It's a crucial corner. It's very easy to mess up. So it's really important to hit your marks there, carry as much speed as you can without, carrying too much in there. But if you carry a good amount of roll speed and can get back to the throttle soon, you're able to really get through the corner nicely and then be able to get into that long sweeping right-hand turn and turn number 5, which is another challenging one because you go from carrying a bunch of speed, getting back onto the throttle to then really having to make sure that, you're tight around that turn 5 corner. So that's super important, and making sure that, you can roll through there and then get back to the gas because outside of that corner, there's a lot of runoff room. So it's important to keep the momentum up, use all of that space if you can, and be able to get a good launch before going into turn 6. But Steven, what you got for us?
Nothing. I don't like Watkins Glen.
Whoa!
I don't.
Whoa!
Sorry, I'm not a Glen fan. I don't. It's like, okay. All right, I'll take that back. I'm fine. I'm not gonna go on. I'm gonna be positive for our new partners today. I love Watkins Glen. Great racetrack. Everything about it is phenomenal. Wonderful. Very excited for this. I don't like Watkins Glen. It's actually probably my least favorite track on iRacing to do. But I will say S's are pretty cool. Really loose, fun corner. I mean, you're really just hanging on to the race car, slinging it around through the 2, 3, 4 complex. But yeah, it's just for me as a road course never really excited me as a road course guy. And I've always thought that they were better if we're not. It's not really. It's a weird road course, is what I'm getting at here. I'm on the run the boot team. I don't. I don't. I don't know. It's not really like we got so many great road courses. That's where that's what we're running. We're running a 6-corner racetrack. I mean, really, it's like.
Listen, all I see is virtual Nash trucks, virtual Watkins Glen.
Hell yeah!
I see a lot of excitement there.
These guys.
That's my opinion right now.
I didn't say it was going to be exciting. These guys here are going to put on a show for us tonight. The question was, though, Mr. Maggio, what our favorite part about this racetrack is. My favorite part about this racetrack, the guys who are going to be running on it tonight. That's my answer.
Oh, that's our answer right there, baby. We love that. We love that. And without further ado,
real quick.
Without further ado, we'll bring in our first gents here who are the broadcasters for the event tonight on Turn 200 iRacing. These guys are amazing people. I have been in contact with them for the last, three-ish years now, doing our Daytona charity shootout every year. These guys put on an absolute incredible broadcast for me. I'm sure Stephen Mason, you'll hear it in their voice when they speak. You'll just know what they're about. But tonight, Watkins Glen, it's about it. You guys have done the Venom Truck Series forever. Thanks, Matt, for matching me up here with the cowboy hat. Really setting the vibe here. I'm glad somebody else at least joined me. I think I saw Josh wearing one in his camera before we bring him in here. But how are you guys doing, and are we excited for tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Glenn is great. Glenn is good. Venom Truck Series is good.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I do agree with Steven. First of all, I think the boot layout is the goated layout.
Thank you.
But regardless, these guys love this racetrack. We have a lot of good road course racers here in the Venom Truck Series, and a lot of them are in the playoffs. So it's going to be a good night, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic night. I think that the boot's an interesting conversation because you guys did run that a few times during the. Yeah, I think Ziddle just said it in the chat that they did. They did run the boot once. I have seen the boot been run in stock cars. I ran it myself personally in the simulator, and I think it's a fun time. Who decides whether we do the boot or not? Because I know you guys have a schedule making process, and explain to everybody how exactly that goes for each season.
Yeah, so the drivers will vote on the schedule every season. Now, as how it came to be that we decided to have one go on the boot, I think Nathan Reynolds won the championship. When you win the championship, you're allotted 3 champions picks. I'm pretty sure that was one of his, was to specifically run the boot layout, which for the record, I would like actual NASCAR to try it even just one time. It would be great. Just so we know, you know. I like going back to the Caras or the infield layout of Sonoma. Like, how are you going to know if you don't try it? So, that's how it came to be.
And what road course legitimately has 6 corners or 7 corners or whatever Watkins Glen actually has? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, really, like, just bring it. Just try it. Just give it a shot. Let me see if it's any good. If it sucks, I mean, it can't be possibly any worse than some of the next-gen road course racing we've had on the schedule. So let's just see it. Let's take a look at it. You know what I mean?
I think the great thing about it on iRacing for what we're doing tonight is that it's the road course that everybody knows how to run, which makes it the most competitive road course that we're going to see all season. Yeah. You actually see these guys wanting to get after it, having the confidence in the track and their abilities to do that, which that's where the simplicity of it kind of plays in its favor. Now, doing some test laps last night, the lower downforce package that they put on the iRacing trucks, I think it's a little bit slippier and slider than I thought it was going to be, especially coming up the Essence, man. It's pretty treacherous. So
that's not good for me. I just got noticed. My hauler just arrived at the Speedway, and we're racing tonight.
What?
Oh yeah!
Oh baby!
Yeah, buddy.
It might just be some PR laps. I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna be back there. We're gonna be seeing what's going on.
No.
So.
Yeah, welcome back, Mayor Jeff Burton, NBC laps around the track. He's back. He's reincarnated. RJ's in it. He's gonna give us.
Try to go a little faster than that, but we'll see what happens. But it's high stakes. It's gonna be an amazing night. Before we let you guys go and damn, there's so many of us in here. We haven't done a stream with like a gazillion people. Look at this motion going on here. Anyways, we have this amazing point standing graphics here. Tommy and Matt, before we let you guys go, who are you looking out for tonight? Who can the viewers, any new viewers that are watching tonight, look out for in this race where we got 3 races left in the season?
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, points leader Matt Schlosser, he has won at Watkins Glen before. He's a great road course racer. I mean, he is for sure one to watch tonight. I think somebody that really needs a great day tonight and is one of the better road course racers, just racers in general, but doesn't show it on the points graphic here, is Brody Gunter. I mean, this is one of his races that he can definitely win. So for me, those are the 2 that I'm looking out for. I'm sure Tommy's going to name at least one more who might be sitting second in the points here.
Well, that's the thing is John K. has also won at Watkins Glen, the regular layout. Schlosser won in the boot, which I don't know if that helps or not. He's also won on other road courses. Brody Gunter has led every Watkins Glen race that he's been in and has gotten DC'd one time and gotten wrecked by a lap truck the other time. And he just finally got over the hump and got his first road course win earlier this season at the Daytona road course, which NASCAR should also be running, but that's besides the point. So yeah, John K. Brody Gunter didn't race last week at Bristol. That's why he's even down there. He won the Chase opener at Chicagoland 2 weeks ago. So yeah, he's going to be looking for, a win. He was fastest in our unofficial practice yesterday. So I'm pretty much banking on the 01 getting into victory lane tonight, unless something happens again, where he gets taken out of this race.
Well, I guess we will certainly find out. And Steven, what's the question you want to ask everybody before we send him out of here?
Oh, I got a great question. And by the way, this will determine what I think of you for the rest of our relationship here. How do you two, Tommy and Matt, how do you guys like your steak cooked? On a scale from rare to well done. What are we thinking here?
Oh no.
I already have my answer.
Matt?
I'll go ahead. I'm a medium guy.
All right, I can respect you.
Yeah.
I can respect you. We can continue this dynamic.
Are you saying are you like a blue steak guy? Do you just not want it cooked at all?
Oh my God. Give me that bad boy mooing. I want to hear the cow mooing when it's put in front of me. If that cow is not mooing, I don't want it. It's already dead. You don't need to kill it more by keeping it on the grill for 2 hours and getting that son of a gun well done. Whew. Okay. What do we? I need a good answer here. Give it to me.
As I've gotten older, I've shifted towards medium as well. I used to say medium well by default, but I've gone down to medium now. So.
Okay.
He's on the right track.
I feel like I might have bullied you into that answer a little bit.
No. That's
temperature rant, but I can respect both those answers. They're good enough for me. How's your meat? Presented by Outback Steakhouse. Asking all of our guests how they like their steak cooked. Thanks, Tommy. Thanks, Matt, for coming on. I'm looking forward to tonight.
As long as it comes with a blooming onion, I'm good.
Yeah, it does. Free bloom. Look. After the race, send RJ your address. We're sending you a blooming onion in the mail. I get all of them to give away. That's it.
This guy is passionate.
This is awesome.
This guy is passionate about his Outback, man. Shout out Outback for all that they do for Steven and the team. Man, I tell you one thing. I've never met anybody more passionate about Outback in my life. That is called embracing the brand at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'll be damned if you ever do, Mason Maggio. Not a single. I won't even sniff or look in the direction of a Texas Roadhouse. Don't even Longhorn Steakhouse. Oh my God! How about you go sniff some cheese, you bum? Outback, baby. That's where we go on the track. That's where I eat after. Outback Steakhouse. That's
right. Well, on that note, Matt and Tommy, you guys get ready for an incredible broadcast tonight. Can't wait to hear you call it. Hopefully you get to say my name in good faith 1 or 2 times during the broadcast. Hopefully I'm on the biggest mover chart tonight. And I will see you guys tonight. But nonetheless, best of luck tonight. Thank you guys for everything, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks both for coming.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right. So those are the voices of Turn 200 on YouTube. They will be broadcasting tonight's race, which will be hail from Watkins Glen, virtual Watkins Glen at 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. So we got a whole gaggle of people, or kerfuffle, as Kevin Harvick says on Fox, of people ready to come in here. We're gonna first bring in the guy, the Venom Truck Series guy, as we like to call him, Kyle Zittel. He didn't want to be included in this because he's not a playoff driver, but I was like, dude, you're literally like the CEO of the series. Like you're going to come in here and give us some words of wisdom. And also the winner of this year's Daytona Charity Shootout, Kyle Zittel. How are we doing tonight?
Doing well, boys. How are you?
We're doing good.
Zittel wants to get in front, but he won't.
Any time here. I hope they don't get your Okay, but let's go ahead and watch Kyle Zittel's Daytona Charity Shootout victory here. Danny Bone was in there, as you guys can hear. Danny Bone's that black car.
We're rocking.
Danny Bone absolutely murdered the field.
Is it Zittel?
But look at this finish right here. We got Dawson Cram on the outside.
I think Kyle
Zittel on the bottom.
Kyle Zittel.
And in the closest finish that I've personally ever seen in iRacing, this was it. It was what was it, Kyle?
Zeros across the board. Matt Schlosser, our points leader, who's actually pushed me to the line there. I don't know how he gets him, but he finds the number past where iRacing gives the number.
It was Venom Truck Series versus iRacers there in that race, because Ryan Vargas is up there on the outside pushing Dawson Cram in the JD Motorsports car. Rest in peace, JD Motorsports. That was the final official race they've ever competed in, was in the Daytona Charity Shootout. Unfortunately, we put him to bed, and it's sad. to say. But nonetheless, just wanted to certainly put that on the map there. But what are you looking forward to tonight? It's a playoff race. It's been a great season. I've been able to race in a few of the races. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. What are you most looking forward to tonight about Watkins Glen?
Surviving. I am not a very good road course driver. I think I was talking about with one of my teammates. I've tried to become the Bubba Wallace of road courses. I'm reluctantly getting better. I still don't want to do them. I still don't know why I keep putting them on the ballot to be voted for. But we do them, and I've at least Watkins Glen is one that I'm very familiar with. And we're all very familiar with. And like you guys said earlier, it'll be a competitive race for everybody, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Steven doesn't really love Watkins Glen that he said either, so you guys can share that. Steven, is it road courses in general or just Watkins Glen? Because Steven, if nobody knows, he made his debut at Mid-Ohio. We've been through that story. Debut at Mid-Ohio, put it in the barriers because of a certain team, blah, blah, blah. But he did make his debut at a road course. Love and hate relationship, I'm sure, Steven.
Yeah. I like road courses on the NASCAR schedule. I just don't get why we're doing it again. Like, think about all the road courses. Watkins Glen is like Indianapolis with extra steps. Maybe that's a silly thing to say. Like, it starts with a 90-degree right. There's a couple of other weird corners, and it ends with a 90-degree right? Like, it's.
I can see it. Yeah, I see that.
It's not complicated enough to really be a road course. It's literally like an oval with extra steps.
It's an American Monza.
Yes, it's weird. And like the thing is, to me, like as a road course enthusiast, I actually consider myself above average on road courses. I don't understand why we have a very, very good road course if you add the boot and we don't use it. It's like, why not? Why don't we just run the full road course? I don't know the answer to that. But I love your analogy, the Bubba Wallace of road courses. That's a good one because he's like consistently pretty not good there. Always runs like low teens. Probably I would say is a good resting spot for Bubba. And is that your goal? Is your goal not to lose to RJ tonight? What are we thinking?
That's always the goal. That's the goal week in and week out, even when he's not there.
Got it.
But no, I think I can see a top 10. I know there's a lot of Tommy and Matt brought him up. Brody, Matt Schlosser, John Kay, Luke Peterson. We have a lot of great road course drivers. We kind of do mock starts in our kind of like happy hour on Mondays that we do. And I started on the front row of one of them. And by the end of the bus stop, I was 7th. And I said, wow, there are the 6 guys that can pass me. Everybody else gets to stay behind me.
Well, I guess, yeah, we'll see how the night goes. I'm sure you won't lose to me. But before we let you go and get on with your night and get on with practice, we'll let Steven ask his question, which I'm sure you heard him ask Tommy and Matt.
Yes. Okay. How's your meat presented by Outback Steakhouse? You said that a lot tonight. How do you like your steak cooked, man? I mean, we're talking, you're just getting a traditional sirloin, right? Nothing special. How are we getting that meat cooked? Do you like a lot of time on your meat? Do you like a little time on your meat? What are you thinking? Maggio, look at Maggio's face.
That's about the face a lot of people are going to give you.
Yeah. That'll definitely be added to the motor style.
So there's a slight backstory. My family's vacations. My family's vacations are always in Vegas. We always end up going to a steakhouse in Vegas. If it's one of a couple options, but we always end up going there. In Vegas, you don't get a choice. They come medium rare.
Yep.
And that is exactly how I like them.
Yep. That's, you know what? That's a great answer, Kyle. I'm pulling for you tonight so far more than the commentators.
That sounds good.
Honestly, not that I medium rare is a great answer. It's a rare or medium rare. Like sometimes I'm a medium rare guy. A lot of times I'm a rare guy. It just depends. A lot of respect for you. Go get them tonight. Don't let them kick you around. Go out there and get the checkered flag. Don't settle for Bubba Wallace. Go beat Kyle Larson. I want to see you either wreck twice in the same day in 2 different multi-million-dollar race cars, or I want to see you go out there and win. No in between.
All right, we'll give it a shot, baby. We'll give it all we got.
Damn right.
Kyle, thanks.
Race L and praise Dale, as they say. Kyle, thank you for coming on, and best of luck tonight. My stream is am I okay? Am I coming across okay, guys?
Kind of, you're a little
I
fuzzy.
don't know. Are you?
Just making sure my stream.
But you're a little fuzzy, but otherwise you're fine.
I was just making sure my stream wasn't massacring itself after I started my iRacing, but we're going to close that down and be safer. Anyways, the next guy we'll bring in here, he was in here early. I want to make sure he gets his time in because he's matching me here again with the cowboy hat. Joshua Motacek, welcome to the stream. How you doing? He's got the sim right there for everybody to view. This is a pretty sick setup. It looks like it's in the living room. Like you can lounge out and then kind of just hop on the sim, whatever. That's the dream for me and like my dream crib. I don't know if it's like that at your guys' houses, Steven and Mason, but I'd like to have the sim right there. But Joshua, how we doing?
Well, guys, glad to be here.
Hell yeah. Is Mason, is that where's your sim in your apartment, or do you have
Yeah, I pretty much use my roommate's, and it is in the kitchen. So mine's not as fancy though. It's just a classic Logitech steering wheel with pedals attached to a desk. But if I'm really trying to prep for a race, I use my roommate's really, really late at night when he is not awake.
Who's your roommate?
The guy that we mentioned in the photo finish with Kyle, Dawson Cram, man.
Dawson Cram was probably on that sim in that kitchen, losing by 0.0002.
It was exactly I was there when it happened. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
Damn. Now that he thinks Mason Maggio was there, get the shirt. Where
were you during the Motor Stardom charity race finish?
Exactly. So we'll pull up the points graphic here. Josh, you're sitting right smack in the middle here in this little chase for the cup format that you guys have this year, where you're just strictly on points here for the next 3 races that we have remaining. 31 back, obviously, as they say in football, might take a little bit of a Hail Mary to get up there, but how's this season been? And can you finish this season in the top 5 and feel okay with your season, or you're like, no, I got to win this championship or I'm pissed off?
Well, last year was my rookie season, so going into this season, I was really just, if I make the chase, I'm happy with myself. And
Carson Hocevar
made the chase, was 7th going into it, made up a spot. Those guys in front of me, I mean, they're so fast. I do a lot of practicing with Luke and John Kay. They're just so fast. I mean, that's all I got to say. I'm new to iRacing, been on for a year or so now. I'm a dirt track guy, so this whole asphalt road course thing is way out of my league. So if we could do a dirt track tonight instead of an asphalt road course race, I would probably win the championship. But
hell yeah. Do we got any dirt race? No, we have Bristol Dirt. I was there. I finished top 10. I'll have you know, Steven and Mason. I right after this show, it was about a month ago or so, finished the show. I hopped in, no practice. All I did was miss the wrecks, and we got a top 10. That's how it's done. Sometimes it
was a fun race.
And that was the last race. It was. I was really sore after that because, like, I asked this question to a few different people. Like, I don't have force feedback on my wheel. And I was wondering, does it make you more sore or less sore after doing a race?
It depends.
And somebody answered me yes. And I was like, okay, sounds good. Logged off for the night. And now we're getting back on tonight. But yes, it was certainly a very exciting race. And we're exciting for tonight to see where you end up in the points. What's your favorite thing or least favorite thing about Watkins Glen?
The whole thing. It's my favorite thing and least favorite thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went on the track for the first time, never raced it before in my life until like 3 nights ago. So
nice.
It's all new to me. So don't really have any preferences yet. I feel like I got to get a race under my belt before I can love it or hate it. But I feel like I'm going to end up hating it just because it's a road course.
So I got a question for you, Josh. Would you pick if you won the championship, hypothetically, would you pick three dirt tracks as your dealer's choice or champion's choice?
I tried. It was vetoed.
Oh,
I already tried.
Well, he gave it a shot. Did not
give
work.
It a shot.
So,
I picked two cookie cutters and a short track. So
Wow. So they wouldn't even give you one dirt track. They wouldn't even let you pick one.
No.
That's crazy. I mean, it doesn't really feel like a champion's choice then, right? Like it feels like a champion's, we could guide you to what to pick, but won't let you actually pick what you want.
Exactly.
I'll send in a formal complaint because that's ridiculous.
Please do. The man you were just talking to is the one who shot me down, so.
No, was it really?
Yes, sir.
And he gets his steak cooked the right way. And now I got to go complain to him. Shit. All right. I'll send it in. I'll send in my formal letter after.
On that topic, it's time for the Steven question. What you got?
Yeah. Honestly, answer for two people. You got to answer for your wife here too, because Bailey says that, very, very emphatically watching the stream today. So two things. How do you and how do your wife like your steak cooked?
It depends on where we go. Different places do it differently. I mean, you could get a medium one place and it's medium rare at a different place. So I heard you mention Outback earlier. Outback, I typically go with a straight up medium, and they usually end up on the medium rare side, and it's usually perfect. As far as Bailey goes, she's usually a pasta person when we go to steak houses.
More respectful answer than well done. As long as it's not well done, that's a good answer for me. I'd rather eat pasta.
The mother-in-law, you gotta run it over down the highway, beat it up. If it's not crispy, she doesn't want it.
What's your mom doing, Bailey? The cow's already dead. We don't gotta kill it more. That's ridiculous.
Man, talk about running it over and then backing up to double check if it's dead. Jeez,
what are we doing? And Josh, a lot of respect for the answer. Thanks for coming on, man. Good luck tonight. I know you don't like road courses; they're not your thing, but hopefully we'll see you up front somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way. Thanks, guys.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for Joshua Motocek for coming in here with the cowboy hat, rocking it. And we're going to bring in driver of the 54, Hayden Palumbo, who is also fighting for gold throughout these next three races. How you doing,
I'm well. Sitting here trying to practice a little bit. I'm awfully slow for some reason. I don't know what my deal is tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say, how's that going? Because for reference for everybody watching and everybody here, practice started at 7:30. They get a 45-minute. They actually get more practice than the NASCAR Cup Series, and they get to start the race or start qualifying at 8:15, I believe. It's 45-minute practice. Hayden Palumbo sitting 17 points back of the championship lead. That's a salvageable gap to make up here if you got a big race.
Like I said, I'm slow, so I don't know that it's going to be tonight. I'm kind of banking on, staying in the top 10, scoring some points, just doing my thing, just riding around and having a good points night and showing up and showing out the next two. So hopefully I can, put the nail in the coffin and, put it up closer to the front the next 2 weeks. So, we'll see.
And if one of those people in front of you wrecks out and I stay clean, that's one more spot.
Well, I'm going to try to keep you out from behind me because
I'll stay by it.
I'm pretty sure at Bristol. I'm pretty sure at Bristol Dirt, me and you got collected together at one point, and you did a full. I'm almost positive it was you did a full 360 in the middle of the racetrack, and I kept going. But I think you pulled a slider or something on me, and I was running the wall because I had gotten taken out. I was like,
oh, I think I do. You were battling somebody. No, it was right in front of me. You were battling somebody, and you guys came together. And I think maybe it was the guy you were battling that went around then. I remember seeing that. I was good. I drove right through. Somebody else did that whole 360, I believe, or somebody did. But I do remember that. If my memory.
Yeah, I could have sworn that it was you, but I was racing pissed off. I've had a lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas this year, so you have those, and you just get frustrated, and you see the name and the relative, and it's like that guy. Oh, if I get to him, he's going around.
That's how I feel every time I'm on a racetrack with RJ. Honestly, just get him the F away from me. I don't want him anywhere near me. This guy is a weapon, and I feel like that's probably how people in the NASCAR Truck Series feel about me. So it's like it's like a chain of connect here in some ways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Steven, me and Steven have only iRaced together one time. And fun fact, it was in an AI iRacing session to help him prepare for Mid-Ohio. And we just spent the whole time crashing into like I don't know. We
So you
just
learned
wrecked certain
absolutely
people.
nothing.
Yes. Yep.
Well, it translated
Yeah.
into the real thing eventually, but hey, that's part of it.
Hey, you know you can get a call now like that.
Anyways, it's time. It's time. I'll say this in my broadcaster voice. It's time for what was it called? How do you like your meat? Presented by
your meat?
Outback.
RJ, you want
How's
to pop the question this time? How about you practice? How's your meat?
Okay. How's your meat? Presented by Outback Steakhouse. Hey, Palumbo, you go to a steakhouse. Preferably, we like to say Outback Steakhouse here on this show, or else you get yelled at allegedly. How you getting that steak cooked?
Knock its horns off, wipe his ass, put him on the plate.
That's a great answer.
You know what? I got to tell you something right now. When I saw that name, Hayden Palumbo, I'm like, that is a man who not only can drive race cars, but knows how he likes his meat. I just knew it. I mean, you could tell. I've got this is who I'm rooting for tonight. I'm rooting for driver number 54. Give me Palumbo to take the checkered flag. He's slow as shit in practice.
Yeah.
That's because he's getting out the slowest now. He's going to go dominate tonight and take this baby home. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, no more. More like woulda, and I did, baby.
It's the Italian brotherhood, you know. It's like we're feeling it. We're feeling it.
Marone.
Yeah.
Marone.
Capiche?
Yes.
Capiche.
That's ridiculous. Oh, wait, let me do the face.
As an Italian,
All right,
I can
Hayden,
respect
thanks
that.
so much for coming in, man. And best of luck tonight. We hope you get the W.
Ciao.
All right. There goes Hayden, and in comes Andy Poliski, who is in here, and he not 58 points back of the lead. Might be another Hail Mary. Andy, how you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Oh, we're just hanging out. We're peachy, talking all the drivers here. What are you looking forward to most tonight about Watkins Glen? How's your season been? And are you satisfied with a top 10 finish in points, or are you pissed off and you want more?
I always want more. I'm not used to being down far in the top 10, actually. So this is points-wise, this is probably one of my worst seasons. It kind of goes with the way the season's been. It feels like I've been on a roller coaster all season. It's up and down and left and right and upside down and God knows what else. Tonight, I'm really just hoping for a clean race. I got to start from the back. So, road courses usually pretty good at, but going to take a lot of patience to come through the field tonight.
Damn right. Is there any road course advice? We haven't heard any road course advice from Mason Maggio yet in this stream. Any road course advice you can provide, Mr. Ron Fellows?
Ron Fellows. Listen, I love road course racing. I just wish you'd love me back. I've had literally anything happen to prevent me from having a good day at a road course, no matter how good I was doing. The best I can say is, listen, it's a minor setback to a major comeback in the standings. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like if you keep it clean, I think you're going to be able to come away with an okay day. Guys get aggressive on road courses, especially in stock car racing. So I think you're going to have a good day, man. I truly do, as long as you keep your nose clean and stay at it and, be able to make some things happen. I think it can happen tonight. You never know. Yeah, racing's full of unknowns.
Just so you know, don't listen to that. Mason Maggio's average finish at road courses in NASCAR is 36th place. So I'm not sure, Andy, how much I would take that advice. Just so you know,
one road course too, by the way.
My average finish in road course racing is 22nd. I like to pride myself on that. Just saying, just take Mason Maggio's advice with a grain of salt. That's all I'm going to say.
Will do, guys.
Gotcha. Well, Andy, we do have to, before we let you go, ask you the question. Mason can ask it this time.
Yes, I agree. It's Maggio's.
Oh, God.
Maggio's turn.
All right. I'm not going to say it in the way that my two co-hosts have been saying it, because I can't help but laugh. But how do you like your steak cooked, man? We got to know. Everybody's got to know that's watching the stream.
The people are asking about Andy's meat.
I like my meat medium rare.
Yes.
Even on the rare side. Growing up, family in Nebraska, the beef state. So if you cook it past medium rare, then it is a ruined piece of meat. So
yes. Oh my God. I thought
with that. Andy has won tonight's race in Steven's mind.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate answers like that.
He's won the race in something, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
He will be rooting for Andy tonight. So, Andy, thank you for coming along. Best of luck tonight. Best of luck the rest of the season as well, and hope to see you out there, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
All right. Thanks for Andy for dropping in here. And with that, we're going to bring in the points leader and the man who pushed Kyle Zitto to win in the Daytona Charity Shootout, Matt Schlosser. How we doing, my brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
We are doing good, and so we've talked to everybody so far about what they can do to make up that points gap. You're the points leader, so from your perspective, how do you maintain that points gap? How do you have a safe night basically tonight at Watkins Glen, or are you playing it aggressive?
I would say, to use the term that potentially makes no sense, being cautiously aggressive, because I don't want to lose time trying to be careful, but it's also an easy track to make mistakes. I think you can blow turn one, you can hit the wall in the S's, you can clip the wall in the bus stop, you can blow the carousel, you can get to racing someone and lose a ton of time. So kind of like just try to focus on making my lap time and not getting caught up trying to overdrive or, lose focus and make mistakes. So hopefully if I do that, I can come home in the top 3 or top 5 and, maintain the points lead.
Yeah, and that's certainly what you have to do in a night like tonight. Obviously, 2 races after that, anything can happen, but you're going to do your best tonight to make sure you ensure that. How are you road course racing? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I love it. Yeah. My first 2 wins in this league came in on road courses, so I was like,
shoot, really, they have said you're very good.
I mean that there's some really good drivers in this league for sure, but I always feel like I can have a chance at the road courses, so I'm excited for tonight.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to it, and we hope you get to that. We know you got practice that's going on right now. We hope you maintain that points lead. Steven's going to ask you the question before you go.
Matt, have you heard everybody else get asked this question? I mean, come on. How do you like your meat cooked? If you're eating steak at Outback, what temperature are you getting that steak cooked? Let us know.
It's got to be medium, right down the middle for me.
All right. That's a good answer. I mean,
I'm not,
answer, but okay.
I'm not as cool as the guys who eat it like not even cooked, but I got to cook at least a little bit for me.
Yeah. I get it. You're not cool. I get it. That's a decent answer. As long as you didn't say medium well or well done, we can still root for you tonight and hope you have a good race.
All right, cool. Thank you.
He's in the safety threshold. So, Matt, best of luck tonight. I'll see you out there. Maybe you'll probably be lapping me, but I'll certainly enjoy being out there with you and sharing your aura.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, man. All right. And without further ado, I'm going to bring these 2 guys in together because, number one, they got a badass setup going on here. We got some racers in the stream now. We got Luke Peterson and John Kay. And before you guys even get to speak any words here, I'm going to play last week's finish from Bristol Motor Speedway here.
White flag.
Last
this
Tuesday
race is
night.
official. Peterson with the lead. Kay wants it. Oh, great run through the middle. He's going to send it. Teammates and friends, door to door, wheel to wheel for the win! Photo finish! Peterson at the stripe, not by much.
So as John's a great buddy of mine, and I hate to play that over and over again. Of the finish from Luke wants me to play it again.
just loop it.
But last week, that's what it came down to at Bristol. Luke was in the lead. John was hauling ass on fresh tires, and at the end of the day just needed probably one more lap to have a better shot at that one. Boys, how we doing? You guys have been practicing. How do you feel? Luke, I'll start with you. How's the truck feel, and how are you looking forward to tonight coming off a dub?
I'm not looking forward to back-to-back, I can tell you that. I'm a mid-road course racer at best. What I will say is, as John well knows, what are you over there shrugging for?
I'm mid at best, second on the speed chart. You're starting to sound like me, man. Come on, get it together.
How many practice laps have I run this week?
I don't know, probably about 4,000 if I had to guess.
450 before this started. So I'm trying to practice myself to victory. That's the key.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of laps.
Yes, it is.
That is a few laps.
That's commitment, baby.
John, how about you? I saw that bright, beautiful pink truck rolling out there, number 2. you got the spirit of looks like Kurt Busch on your shirt here tonight. What are you going to bring to the table here, Watkins Glen?
As much as I'd like to say go for it, Brody is, probably half a second quicker than everybody every lap. So hope to out qualify a bunch of people and finish second. That's,
yeah,
all I got.
That sounds like a good time. And we're gonna pull up the point standings graphic here one more time and look at it. John, you're sitting -8 back of the points lead. Matt Schlosser, Luke Peterson, you're -14 back from Matt Schlosser in the lead. The turn 200 guys have. They made sure to glaze at the beginning of this, the top of the show, that Matt Schlosser is the guy. He's very good on road courses. Obviously, he won the last time out in the Venom Truck Series at Watkins Glen. What can you guys do to defeat the great Matt Schlosser?
Out-qualify him. I think it's really hard to pass here. If you can be in front of him, I really think that passing is a pain in the hind end. I don't care how fast you are. Getting around somebody at this course requires the exact right run in the exact right spot. So get in front of him on the qualifying chart and then pray he can't get around you. That's the play.
Just dive bomb him into the bus stop. It's fine. Don't even think about it. Might not even hit the brake pedal. I don't know, but
that's the way to do it right there. Love to hear that from you guys. I've been asking everybody obviously about themselves, about the season real quick here, obviously, because we got 13-ish minutes before we take the green for qualifying. And I say yes, we. Any advice for me? How's the track feel? I'm going to attempt to go out there and ride around in the back for a little bit and see how comfortable I feel. If I don't, I'm going to the garage. But if I feel all right, I might hang around a little bit. So any advice for me? How's the track out there? Is it slick, boys? Is it, what are we working with here?
Luke, you can go first.
It's stable to me. I think you better dial your brake bias in right, but for the most part, it's a lot more stable than I've felt. I felt like the last few seasons we've run it, the S's are really slick and the carousel's slick, and for some reason it feels way more stable to me this time, which might be why I'm quick.
That's good to hear on my end. Anything from you, John?
Only advice I have is just hold the gas pedal down, and then when you get to the part where you got to turn, you hit the brake pedal, and don't lock it up, and then you'll be good.
Sounds good. Yeah, all this talk about brake bias, locking up. We're gonna turn left and right. I don't even know how to adjust the brake bias on iRacing. That's a true statement. But that's why I don't do much road course racing. Only in the sport cars. I've done 2 24-hour Daytonas on iRacing. I will say, have 2 top 10s. Team effort, emphasis on team effort. But I had good pace. I kept the car out of the tire barrier, so we were all good. So boys, real quick before we let you go, Steven's got a question for both of you before we round out the Venom interviews here.
Luke and John, look, we've been on a big Outback Steakhouse kick, really selling them, really doing our job in promoting the sponsor. So today's question of the day before we let every single driver go, how do you like your steak cooked? And that determines whether or not this booth will root for you.
I mean, the only correct answer is medium rare. You can maybe go medium, but it's mid rare. It needs to be pink all through.
Luke, I like that answer. That's, you know what? That's a really high quality answer. That is about as good as the answer gets. That's respectable stuff. I appreciate that. John, don't let me down.
Before I give my answer, I do have to say I had Outback Steakhouse for the first time about a month ago. First time ever. Got the bloomin' onion burger. Delicious.
I'm glad to hear that, but I hope you weren't glazing me to prepare me for the downfall.
Well, about that, I'm not a big steak guy, and I'm basically a big 6-year-old. So give it to me well done.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
You've broken the man.
It's been fun. It's been nice talking to you, boys.
Good luck tonight, Luke. Hope you have a great run.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
John.
I have one more thing. Actually.
God.
I got one more thing. Yeah, well, it depends on who you're asking. But if you are in Venom and you are watching this, make sure to vote Tyler Bergert for most popular driver. He likes his steak medium rare.
That's a good answer.
Okay, we'll be voting for Tyler Bergert.
You're
vote for Tyler Bergert.
Points back there, but I'll be honest, not enough.
That's okay.
That's brutal. I mean, that's a brutal answer. I mean, you might as well do a burnout on the steak at that point. You know what I mean? Like, that's just awful.
Hey, if I win, somebody throw a steak out on the track. I'll do it.
I mean, yeah, and then you got to eat it though, because that's how you like it cooked. Let's do a mega ass graphic for that. Because that's a bad one. John, Luke, thanks both for coming on. We appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
Guys. Have a good night. All right, and thank you for John and Luke, and that concludes everybody that volunteered to come in here for interviews for the Venom Truck Series race tonight. Obviously, we have previewed a lot. We've set the stage for what the point standings are tonight and how everybody wants their steak cooked. Matt Schlosser, top of the board. Everybody's chasing him. John K, he's going to look to do a burnout on that well-done steak tonight, -8. Chad Stearns didn't get to hear from him tonight, but he's more of they say he's more of the quiet guy. He's sitting there 10 points back. Maybe he's going to be able to come up through the field. And then Luke Peterson, -14. Hayden Palumbo, fan favorite here, at least here in the call, -17. And everybody else on that right side, definitely going to need a Hail Mary to come out with a victory tonight. So 8:15 p.m. Eastern over there on the Turn 200 iRacing channel. Make sure to go tune into there for the race tonight, where you may see me compete, or compete is a stretch of a word, that's for sure. Fun. I got to talk to a lot of people. This restream room here is very crowded. A lot of motion going on here. A lot of motion here with Motion Malazzi, Motion Maggio. Anything else to say before we sign off? Do you guys like the Dempsey commercial?
Yeah. The one thing is, I think we should all mute our mics during commercials and intros because we can hear ourselves sometimes.
Oh, no, I did.
I did.
I heard somebody.
Did
Oh,
you?
it was me. I realized I was unmuted. I let off a nice giggle. But
Yeah.
I muted you guys. I forgot to mute myself.
Yeah,
I was like, let me mute them, and then I laughed, and I was like, oh shit. And then I didn't.
Well, all right. Should we? I wish we had been quicker on our feet, RJ. I should have had you tallying the stuff so you could be making a meat graphic throughout this one and keep track and rank all the drivers based on how they like their meat with.
That's crazy.
If
But that
you
would-
can,
That is
I'll
a
tell you
crazy
what,
sentence,
if we can find a way to get an Outback sponsorship somehow, small can be the smallest ever. I would love that on this show.
I bet you they would cater a meal for us. Like we could have it. We could
we could do that.
Listen,
like I could call the Outback in Tampa, the Outback in Mooresville, and the Outback across the way from me, and we could each go get our meals catered and picked up, and they'd probably be more than willing to do that.
We'd eat it live on stream, and then afterwards, after we have a stomach full of Outback steak and loaded baked potatoes, mac and cheese, you name it, then we're gonna pop in some Dempsey energy pouches and get right back on our feet and get ready to start talking racing and start doing some cool stuff. That's what we're here to do, man. We're here to eat good and we're here to live good. We got two great, amazing partners. Boom, there we go.
Wash it down with a Chick-fil-A chocolate chunk cookie, and everything's gonna be
Chick-fil-A
really good.
does not sponsor any of us.
And then we're gonna send Mason Maggio to the bathroom across the street. All right, so
that's a good one.
Zach,
That's a great reference.
we have a straggler. We have a playoff straggler, Zach Lockett, who is in here. He's joining us real quick before we sign off. Obviously, going to be a very great night at Watkins Glen. We have to add you in the tally here. Obviously, you drive a great wheel in the Venom Truck Series. Steven's got a very important question for you before you sign off here. Before you got to get to racing.
I gotta be honest, Zach's got the best beard so far out of all the drivers.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate it.
Really well kept beard. A lot of respect for that. Zach, last question. And this will determine how much we root for you. Sorry, we don't have more time for an in-depth conversation. Would love to hear about you and your night. The only thing we have time for is to ask you about your meat. How do you like it cooked, Zach? How do you like your meat cooked? Presented by Outback Steakhouse. Give us your best go for it.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't get here earlier. I was practicing, but I was listening to you guys, and the only answer is medium rare. Any other answer I can't handle. I heard John Kay say well done. Did not see that coming from him.
Yeah.
That was
disgusting.
The most shocking thing I think I've ever heard.
Disgusting. I'm putting a bounty on John Kay's head.
Yeah,
I mean, whoever wrecks John Kay tonight, $20 Venmo. Actually, scratch that. Free meal from Outback Steakhouse to whatever driver wrecks John Kay tonight. Sorry, John. Gotta say it. Don't get your meat well done. That's a ridiculous take. That's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
It is.
Yeah, Zach, you feeling good about tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I grew up about an hour and 15 minutes from Watkins Glen, so it's my home track down here in North Carolina now. But I have an EOL to start the race. I had a pit penalty violation last week at Bristol. So RJ, I'll be coming through in the back. I heard you're going to be starting. So watch out for the number 93. I'm trying to make as much ground as I can, but got to keep.
I'll get out of your way. Don't worry.
Got to keep as much get as much ground as I can here early in the first few laps, but should be able to hopefully drive my way into the bottom half of the top 10. Hopefully, about 10, 11, 12 range, but we'll see.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Looking forward to tonight. Zach Lockett's home track adds a whole nother storyline here to the broadcast. Excited to see your race tonight. Thanks for popping by.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Good luck,
Shout out to Zach Lockett. And it was great to be able to talk some Coke 600. Next week, we're going to have even more to talk about from Prime, from Nashville. Going to be some amazing storylines. We'll get to kind of fully digest a second week, a normal race of Prime video coverage. So that'll be fun to cover. Also, another triple weekend, Trucks, Xfinity, Cup. We got Truck Night in America Friday night. A lot of excitement. Nashville sometimes provides. I like Nashville. I don't mind.
You guys want to go to Nashville and party it up? You guys want to go?
Nashville has been a good track to me as a driver, but I also feel like it provides pretty good race overall. So I can't complain. I mean, did you look at the entry list?
No.
No, I do.
No.
I am.
In what series?
Xfinity. We're back in the old 53 machine this weekend. So sponsor announcement coming tomorrow. I got some cool partners on board, so we're really excited about that. I can see it in RJ's face that he's even more ecstatic than I am, but Mawazzi, take it away.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as you all know, Stephen Mawazzi, Mason Maggio, RJ Starcevic right here. This is the Motor Stardom Show. Next week, we talked about Nashville, 7 p.m. Tuesday, and potentially circle back to talk about Mason Maggio and the HUDs. Guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Woo!
Before we sign off, shout out Amir Alexander. Thank you.